Chabalala are back in the starting lineup. No place for Mututswa, no place for Chikweta either.
Of course, the one that basically talks of a very organized defense and midfield.
And they might not be scoring the most. Out goes Gatlejo and Tabeleng. He's on the bench, as does Tashrik Matthews. And Saleh has picked up with the injury, the knock against Richards Bay. He's not available tonight. But
will put Sundowns in a good position to go on top.
MAMELODI Sundowns lineup with Timber Zwane taking over the captain's armband today. All of 36 years old, with a draw against TX Galaxy away in the Rockets' backyard. POLOKWANE City then in the orange and black will get us underway. They'll attack the goal to the left-hand side of your screen where Ronwin Williams waits. And MAMELODI Sundowns playing in their ways to win the first division. Peter Shalolile taking advantage of a little slip in defence. Expect the width to be provided by Ikram Reyners, who right at the moment is playing in the centre position, and Shalolile just about gets on the end of it, bringing a roar to the supporters from Sundowns out on the far side. Allende with such an important role to play. Forward by Khalisu Mudao, international fullback, and space in front of goal. Denied any chance of a shot by the flag of Kamusi Razumisani.
Beautiful ball laid through. Maybe Reyners strays a little bit too early.
After the FIFA World Cup finals. Little dink in towards Peter Shalolile. Players lining up to have a shot, and a bit of width offered as well by Khalisu Mudao. Stayed forward, almost like a striker himself.
This is what he does. He's amazing. He's got incredible energy levels. And let's see where this for Shalolile just nudges him a bit.
Jaden Adams finds a bit of space and drives himself through it. Eventually pulls the trigger.
I think he got a deflection.
MAMELODI Sundowns, they've only suffered the one PSL loss the whole season in the Betway Premiership. It was against Abafana Vestende. And I'm sure Mangoba Ngiti would have relished in that. It's a nice shot on the volley.
On the 10 by Reyners. And which could have caught the goalkeeper flat-footed, because when the players facing the opposite direction, sometimes you don't expect him to turn and shoot like immediately. Lost his bearings a bit. Good turn.
Yeah,
good shot.
Popped up at a good height as well. I like this little long ball to the diagonal, and he has a chance for Klo and Kwe, left-sided fullback. It's a nice little ball. Williams beaten, the offside flag raised.
I think with the delay of the pass, then eventually he strays offside.
More pressure coming from Mokoena. Mokoena with the second bite of the cherry. And even when he's in that offside angle with his right boot, he pings it with tremendous power, yes, over the crossbar. But it's a really good piece of technique from Teboko.
Not much of a run-in, yes. Took it from very close, where you don't expect much of power to come from that. This will give us a clear picture. They are right now, because of their campaign. He says this game was cancelled twice before this moment.
And Kwe on the overlap. Snatches the ball out of the air. There's Ronwin Williams. Quick hands. Back in defence. So you've seen Kalepo drop back. You've seen Ramabu drop back. Exactly. Chabalala's drop back beyond the halfway line. It's a team effort here. And I'll tell you what, Pudi Mohafe has done a great job with this team.
But what happens is Sundowns scores. That is when all falls flat. Because now they'll have to open up to try and get one back to equalize, and that's where Sundowns will win.
And he said, yeah, but they practiced that so much. You can see POLOKWANE City similarly. Matuludi, another great challenge. Reyners, Shalolile, so close.
So close. I'm beginning to think maybe a bit of rustiness from Shalolile. I think he gets there, but he doesn't quite wrap his foot over the ball to redirect it towards goal. great effort nonetheless.
He's a tall man. Last Stadium. Opportunity for Bongekosi Dlamini. Space here for Dlamini. Cuts it back. Ramabu waiting inside the penalty area. Forward again by Kaki, and that was as close as they've come, Polokwane City, in the match. And Chabalala looking for something. And Sundowns have to grab this match with both hands. Yende with a little stab through. Second bite of the cherry. Nice touch as well from Zwane. Matebula comes out with a good save. Well, not quite cleared off the line, but I suppose the intervention was adequate enough in front of Piti Shalulile. Yende with a delightful touch to Zwane. Matebula with a thumbs up to his defence.
Nice pickup. Zwane rolls it and he's onside. Reyners there.
Coming from Mamelodi Sundowns, but it almost appears that suddenly there's a bit of space opening up. Ramabu. Carried away by Williams, saved by Williams. Disappointment for Polokwane City.
Try the goalkeeper directly.
Well, a little bit of a double dummy. Obi Modiba to the back post. Matebula intervenes. Matebula.
Yeah, he collides with his own defender. Kambala it is actually.
Across the bench of Miguel Cardoso. That looks as if he's about to make a change. While that's all happening, Matebula is being brought into action, I think, a little more than what we saw in the first half.
You see, this is what I say, the ability of Mergis, his speed in attack, something that maybe can work with Sundowns.
Sundowns push forward, and a first touch in the back of the net. The flag stays down. Allende takes the celebrations. Cardoso is unmoved, but finally the deadlock is broken. Insesheko, Matebula beaten. Just after the substitutions made, Polokwane City not able to hold out.
I want you to maybe look at the distance from where that strike came from. Probably the goalkeeper unsighted because they're so deep into his face. And that basically was the point I was trying to make all along, to say there's always a chance for the midfielders to come in handy.
Sixth goal of the season for the Chilean. Beautifully set up, and the midfielders are there back to goal.
Yeah, exactly. Very difficult. Oh, Matiba does.
Whacked back in again by Matuludi. Space at the back post. Still an opportunity. Defender gets in the way. I'm not sure that anybody knew anything about that. But a great chance for Polokwane.
Another of Matuludi's balls, it pings it, but that first touch lets Dlamini down there. Doesn't quite
take big matches against Durban City and Stellenbosch FC did in Sabaleng. 8th corner of the match for Mamelodi Sundowns. Allende to the back post. Keeper makes a brilliant save off the fingertips. Matebula. Full stretch there. Allende. These wicked free kicks continue. This time he goes into the middle. Mokoena with a header, cleared away by Ramaja. Mamelodi Sundowns applying all manner of pressure, this time from Cupido. Penalty awarded. Player down in the penalty area. The referee points to the spot. And Polokwane City not quite coming apart at the seams, but Mamelodi Sundowns applying the sort of pressure that is really making Polokwane City think. And this time, the unthinkable has happened.
Now, let's see what happens. It happens in front.
seem to be any contact made at all.
Yeah, it's difficult actually to tell. He got the stage right, but can be done better.
He's told to keep his position. It's a good save from Majabula, trying to be a little bit too cute. Is the returning from France, and Majabula gets a huge congratulations, but no, it's not clever.
A little higher would have done the trick, but do you need to